All right, here we are doing Precalculus Openstax. And this is homework problem from section 3.6, number 23. We're going to try to find all real zeros of this polynomial here. And one way to find the zeros is to just plug in numbers. So, just guessing. But that would be maybe not so great if we just guess entirely without any leads or something, any clues. But sometimes it works, especially from a textbook problem. Sometimes you just try out 1 and -1, and one of those works. But also, what is a zero? A zero is a number that you put in for x that makes the polynomial equal to 0. So, but we're going to use the rational roots theorem, which says that or rational zeros theorem, which says that possible rational roots are going to equal factors of the constant coefficient divided by the factors of the lead coefficient. And that up to plus or minus. So if you think of factors of possibly being negative, sometimes we don't think of it that way, but plus or minus the factors of the constant coefficient plus the factors of the lead coefficient. So what's the constant coefficient is this guy here. Now, this is more practical if you have coefficients which have few factors, like the very best, like 2 is a prime number. 24 is a composite number, has quite a few factors, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But anyway, factors of 24. Well, you can just make a list. 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, and I guess that's all. And then if you look at factors of 2, you're going to get 1 and 2. Okay, so the possible rational zeros, or roots, are going to be plus or minus taking these factors of the constant, it's 24, divided by the coefficient, divided by the factors of 2. Now, if I have to try 24, that's sort of a big number, but let's start off with something that's not so bad. I do 1 divided by 1, which equals 1, so that's plus, or -1 divided by 1, that's -1. And then you can try, well, 2 divided by 1, which is 2, -2 divided by 1, which is -2. Now, the thing is, I don't really want to try 24, but look, if I try f of 1, I get 2, 1 cubed plus 7, 1 squared, minus 10 times 1, minus 24, and that turns out to be not 0. Whatever that is, that's not 0. F of -1 is also not 0. I don't think. I'll look at it one more time, but I looked at it sort of quickly. I don't think that's equal to 0. So that's not equal to 0, but try f of 2. And I think we get 0. This is 2 times 8 plus 7 times 4 minus 20 minus 24. Oh my God. This is so much stuff. So that makes 16 plus 28 minus 20 minus 24, and that makes 0. Okay, so this means that x plus 2 is a factor. So what we're saying is that f of x is equal to some polynomial g of x times x plus 2. That's not right. It's x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, why can I remember that? Because if I put in 2 here, 2 minus 2 is 0. So x minus 2 is a factor. So now what's g of x? Well, the way I can find that is by long division. Or if you want, you can use synthetic division, which could be a little bit more trouble. But what we do is we put down the coefficients for the polynomial, and we put down the 0, which is 2, and we do synthetic division. Bring down the 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Then we add 7 plus 4 is 11. Then we multiply again. Negative 11. 2 times negative 11 is negative 22. Oh, brother. Well, maybe I did this whole thing wrong.